trying to get a good color flow from one color to the next. Here we go. Hey everybody, it's Anna. Welcome back to my Fluid Art channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I get to start something which I have wanted to do for quite some time. I'm going to start working on a Fluid Art table. So this is an 18-inch wooden round that I got at Home Depot, and I first saw them there, I don't know how many years ago it was, 2, 3, something like that, and I was like, that's not that expensive. I think it was maybe 13, 15, something like that dollars for this nice solid piece of wood. And obviously it has no legs, you have to add that, and you have to add the, the resin coating, but I've got tabletop resin now, and I've got the wooden round, and I have ordered the legs. I'm making a table. So I was like, okay, now I'm making a table. What kind of style do I want to do? So I'm going to do a sort of a Dutch pour, not a traditional Dutch pour with like the solid background and the colors in the middle, but more of kind of lines of energy blown out with a hairdryer. All of my paint is mixed with water. And so if you don't know how to do that, you can watch this video that's popping up here. But all mixed with water in some beautiful, cool blue colors. So we got white, dark navy, sky blue, some metallic silver and blue, teal, Viridian, Dioxazine purple, and some green. So it's very sort of ocean colors with a bit of green, bit of purple for some interest, several metallics. It should be a lot of fun. Let's make a painting. So in terms of preparation for this, I started by spraying it with a primer, because when you're working on wood, adding a coat of primer first really helps, because then your paint doesn't sink so much into the wood, and also it can seal it so that air bubbles that are trapped inside of the wood do not poke up and form lumps underneath your painted surface. So I primed it white, including the sides, and then I painted the sides with my light sky blue color, because I don't know what color is going to be spilling over the edge. A lot of it's going to be darker, and so having a color there is going to make the edges look more solid. But I wanted a light enough blue that if white overlapped it, that the color wouldn't show too much through the white. So hopefully that works well. But it's a nice sort of basic color for all of these to go along with. So now I have to figure out the pattern of energy that's going to flow, because I'm not doing like a line. It's going to be like the paint's going to be in lines of colors, strips of colors, and then I'm going to blow it out this way and that way. And you'll see how that goes. So let me just figure out how I want this to go. So I think I want basically energy flowing from here out this direction. So it's going to be kind of fanning out and flowing this way and that way. So how am I going to do this? Let's just start. Okay, there's a line. And then we'll add another one down here. Okay, yeah, I like that basic. That way it's not totally symmetrical, swooping both directions. Oh, by the way, I have this on my spinner just so that as I blow out, I can get whatever angle I need. So that'll be fun. Okay. I think we want sort of green. There and there. I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of laying out some patterns, trying to get a good kind of color flow from one color to the next. So where I've got, dark navy, dark green, light green, so then there will be some white there, and then it'll kind of flow into the purple. So, figuring it out as I go. plenty of white. White here. I don't want it to be entirely symmetrical, so, but we're getting a nice blend here. I like it. All right. Yeah, we'll add some more green down here. This will be the greener area. More of the teal. There's so much paint right here because this is where I've started most of the pours. I'm getting close. I need a bit more white here and there. I'm really liking this color blend. I think it needs just a little bit more of the dark navy, perhaps up here. And then, yeah, I think that's good. So there's little pockets here and there, but as I blow it, those are all going to get filled up and covered. So, oh, I didn't add any silver. Because I was going to get all the rest of my colors and then add silver. So I'm just going to add silver kind of here and there, especially around the lighter areas. Just, all right, silver everywhere. Is not terribly careful, but that's okay. I like silver and it goes with every color on here, so. Okay, so I've got my little hair dryer. I love this one. It's so easy to make a controlled blow with it. So I'm gonna start by sort of blowing this end off just a little bit to get it kind of blended, and then I'm gonna blow out all this way. Here we go. Okay, I gotta look at this. So, first thoughts, my my pattern of blowing, it ended up being more or less just horizontal lines. So that's not my favorite, but it is really pretty, and I might be able to kind of tweak the direction. So I'm getting lots of this kind of ribbony effect from where the lines have blown. Getting lots of cells from the ocean green, which I expected. This is Master's Touch Acrylics paint, and that brand of paint, I think the density must be lighter because it makes lots of cells. It can often take over a painting. The ocean green doesn't usually ruin a painting. Usually it makes a lot of cells. Lots of silver. It's very pretty. I just have to look at it and figure it out because I think I want more movement here and more sort of curvature. So I'm going to try to just add some curve to it because it's more or less just sideways right now. All right, we'll see how this goes. Yes. So that was what I needed. It was, I mean, there were bits and this needed to curve this way, this needed to curve this way and this way. But this section right here is where it was like straight lines across. And so I curved it to sort of fan out that dark area. And now I love it. I'm just going to check for any other little details to tweak. But overall, I think this is pretty much good. I'm going to give it a quick torch just to see if there's any other cells I can bring up. No cells, but I did pop some air bubbles, which will make sure that those don't turn into those little like pinholes in the finished painting. It's possible that I'll tweak it a little bit off camera, you know, if I happen to see something, but for right now, I'm really happy with it. So let me give you a close-up. Okay, here we go. So let's start up at the top. I like that we have this kind of lighter section up here with the greens and the blues. A little bit of that purple kind of lightening up in the silver. You can see how shimmery this is going to be. I can see a bunch of silver and other metallics just giving sort of a hint of what they're going to be. I like this nice dark section here. Now, these cells are not my favorite, but I think I'm going to leave them. And it's possible that I would come in and brush paint over that if they happen to grow or get worse overnight. But, nice, beautiful, I mean, look at that clump of cells there. And we got this nice dark navy and purple kind of fan area. And then a lovely green section down here. So yeah, those cells, that's caused by the Master's Touch paint. It is less dense, I think, than the Creative Inspirations paint that I use. Look at those crazy cells. That's just wild. So if you want a big, big reaction, then these paints are good to use. If you like to be able to control your reactions a little better, then maybe you don't want them as much. Anyway, very cool look overall. I will show you how this looks when it's dry. Okay, we're back. It's all dry. Well, actually, the middle might be just a little bit wet. It's looking a bit shiny, but I need to do this close-up, and it is looking really cool. So, you never know exactly how the cells are going to hold up, especially some of these really wonky ones. So these were the ones that I said I didn't really like. And actually what's happened is they've gone even more kind of abstract to the point where they don't really look like cells anymore. So that's fine. These wacky ones over here did get stretched just a little bit. But again, it's just a really pretty pattern. So you can definitely see that metallic blue shining. Love the dark there. Lovely details all around. I do like that metallic blue. I can't wait to see how it shines under the resin coating. And then here's the silver, of course, and some of those lighter colors. So that'll look extra good when it's all coated with resin. But definitely a very, very cool pour. So I do like this. I think when I showed you the wet close-up, it was a little bit more like this. But I think I actually like it going a bit more diagonally. So yeah, unfortunately I do not have time before this video goes up for me to show you the full process, so there will be a separate video where I show you how I coat this with tabletop resin and add legs to turn it into a fully functioning little end table. So stay tuned for that video. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope this inspired you to try something new, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!